Hello all, this is Valu. Today I will have a replay of Comet for you, but first I wanna tell you a bit about it. Uh, I have heard a lot of guys saying it's a really bad tank, that they would rather play Cromwell with the same matchmaking and stuff like that, but uh, I don't think it's a bad tank at all. Sure, it's not as good as the Cromwell was in tier 6, for me at least, and well, when you look at it, it looks almost the same. Hull is the same. Target is almost the same. Gun almost the same. Engine almost the same. Speed limit worse. Doesn't turn as fast. So what's good about it? Well, it hasn't gun mantled. You can bounce some shots on that. So you actually have one piece of armor that can actually bounce on this tank. And because of the Comet, it has a good gun depression, as you will later see in this replay. You can actually go hull down with this tank, and that way I've got a steel wall in it. So, it's a better defensive tank than the Cromwell. Also, it's way more accurate on the move, and it can also equip an gun lay drive, which the Cromwell can't, and that makes it even more accurate on the move, which is really useful for fast-firing gun like this, because it's almost the same gun as in the Cromwell, little bit more penetration and more rate of fire and more accurate on the move, but that's it. But it works really well on this tank. And what else is different? Gun depression, accuracy on the move, gun mantle. That's actually about it. But that makes this tank completely different from the Cromwell. If you try to play the same way, which I suppose many of you will try because, well, it looks like one. You can tell the difference from afar if you don't have the tank names on. But if you play it multi well, no, that's not a good idea. Don't do it. And well, let's get on with the replay now, so you can see how I play this tank. I usually do this in all my medium tanks. Well, the fast ones. Take a quick look at the end of the hill to see if there's any scouts rushing or even medium tanks or anything like that. But I don't go as far as that type goes because, well, if they do rush, you will be dead if you are there because you don't. Well, you might get lucky and get away, but you will be almost dead anyway. Oops, didn't mean to do that. From here you can see the. Well, that's not the extent of the gun depression, it goes. There's even more than that, but not all tanks can shoot even from here. And as you can see, look at the aiming circle. It's really small to begin with, and you can easily take quick shots like this.
Looks like that one went right through.
Just quick shots. You don't have even to stop with this tank really when you are shooting from this distance.
That one didn't go through.
Yeah, I'm shooting at the wrong spot. I shouldn't be shooting at the tracks. I should be shooting the lower plate because the tracks will just eat the damage.
Enemy is hit.
Like that.
Hurt.
And as you can see, the type that went forward went even more forward and he's dead now.
Got him.
And there you could actually see the gun depression a little bit. Peeking over the hill. And you can use the gun depression to your advantage. You don't have to turn and get to a flat spot to shoot that type. Just can turn your target and start shooting. And also you have some cover from other directions. There's the ELC again. That was a little bit lucky for me, I had to admit. Always keep an eye what's going on your flanks and in your front when you're looking at your flanks. Don't get surprised. And here you can see the rate of fire of the gun. Just shoots and shoots and shoots all the time. And now that type is almost dead. I did quite a bit damage to that type just when he didn't notice that there was somebody shooting his back. And the Cromwell, it is a support tank. You can't go head on with another tank. Well, you can, but that's not what the Cromwell is good at. Gun depression and good accuracy to move again. Don't have to aim for long. Because another good thing about the accuracy on the move is not that you can shoot on the move. It is that you don't have to aim for as long when you stop. You stop, aim for a little bit, shoot and move again and stop and shoot. You don't have to wait for 3 seconds to fully aim your gun. And you 500 meters and I hit a type from this distance. Of course it hit the tracks and did no damage, but still. Yeah, but no gun hits every time.
Looks like that one went right through.
By the way, don't do what that AMX did. Never run with a French tank. Just don't.
Penetration.
I'm a little bit surprised that I didn't spot the type from this distance. Yeah, there he is. And I shoot the wrong spot.
We've just dinged him.
I should have gone for the upper blade. That should have penetrated from this angle because I was shooting from a higher ground, so the angle is not as steep. By the way, one word with the tactics on encounter, that II6 got mad because his team didn't defend while he was sitting in the gap. I don't know, I really understand this with most players. When it's a standard battle, everybody, if somebody is going for the gap in this kind of situation, everybody is yelling don't cap, kill all, and you don't cap, you will die there, and you know, stuff like that. But in encounter mode, where it takes twice as long to cap, I don't know, most guys suddenly become obsessed with capping. I mean, why? It takes so long that enemy they can start from A1, go to A0, go to K0, go to K1, and then go to the gap and still reset it in time. I mean, it just takes so long. It's not a good idea unless you know that all the enemies are camping in the forest, and you got some tanks defending here, and you got 3 or more guys in the gap, so it goes as fast as it can. Then it's possible, but otherwise, usually not a good idea to cap in encounter mode. Or if somebody can tell me why it's a good idea, please do, because I have no idea.
Enemy is hit.
Here I take again the quick reload of the Comet's gun. I can take one more shot on the FCM before reloads. And yeah, of course, I still I say that it's not good idea to cap. I go cap myself,
Didn't penetrate their armor.
but as I said before, it might be a good idea to cap when you have a good defensive line here, which we had just 10 seconds ago, but now two of them are dead, and I wanted to make the enemy move to me, but honestly, right now, I should have left the cap. It's really not a good idea to stay here anymore. Artillery will probably be aiming at me now. SU-100 was coming here, and I'm sure there's some other tanks coming also. That AMX is in a very good defensive position for that Panther now, but I don't know what he is thinking now, because he was behind the house, Panther was in the open, and he decides to go in the open also, where he doesn't have any cover. Not a good idea. If you are defending from a position like that and you have some backup from a Ferdinand, stay in the cover and let the Panther come to you. And that's full SP AMX going in half a minute, something like that. Here, I knew that the SU didn't have enough gun depression to shoot me from there, unless he exposed himself to me, so I wait, take a shot, and then move to cover. At this point, Lazy tells me that there was somebody moving from the city towards me, so that's why I'm starting to look up there already if there's somebody flanking me. And I don't notice that the SU came back on top of the hill where he can shoot me, and I get shot on the side. Like that. And there's the guy who came from the city. At this point, I face hack this T-34 for a couple of reasons. First, I will be, well, first of all, only part that he can bounce is the gun mantle. So let's try to make him shoot that by face hacking him. Second, SU can shoot me because there's a T-34 in the way. Third, there's still one RD left in the enemy team. If I face hack this T-34, maybe, just maybe, he won't try to shoot me. But yeah, of course he tries to shoot me. Taking shots at the cupola, and at this point I try to block his view on my cupola with my gun, but unfortunately he shoots it anyway. I'm left with 9 HP, he's left with 3 HP. Which one is going to reload first? Doesn't matter, 30 saved me. Now it's 2 against 2. The 30 killed the SU also. And I'm pretty sure that M41 was shooting AP ammo, because that shot landed right next to me and it only damaged my tracks. The Cromwell doesn't have enough armor, so it should have, if it was HE ammo, it would have killed me. I'm still trying to think if I should stay in the gap or move, but yeah, this settles it. I still wait a little bit because I'm not sure, should I go or not? Thinking, yeah, I should. I'm just trying to distract the SU so the 30 can kill him. But I gotta be really careful.
Punched right through their armor.
Because the SU, as you can see, turns really fast. And right now I keep zigzagging a little bit because I'm afraid that ID might shoot me. Well, even though there's a TD that he can kill in one shot, but I don't know how it likes me. Yeah, it likes me. Good thing it didn't hit me, and still using 8B ammo. And I knew that the SU was quick, but at the time I didn't know it was this quick. I get a little surprise when I go here, and didn't damage him, but he doesn't damage me either. I bounce again, and well, yeah, stupid me, trying to circle an SU-12244 with an Comet, and that thing turns too fast and reloads too fast for me. But it was an instinct, I gotta say. Medium tank against an TD, I usually try to get to their side, but at the moment I should have tried something else, but there wasn't much I could do that moment. I should have gone down from the hill. I just stayed up and wait for the 30, but I did a stupid thing. So a small recap of that video will follow now. Okay, time for a small recap. I will put small annotations on the screen of the topics I talk about, so you can click on them and it will rewind to the bit of the video where you can see me put the things that I talk about in use. So first of all, gun depression, going on top of the hill. You could see me use the gun depression in many parts of the video. It's always in the use in the Comet. When you're in top of the hill, it doesn't matter how small the hill is. There's some tanks that can shoot down from any hill, but as you can see from even this picture, the Comet has no problem with the gun depression. Turret armor. Well, I didn't get to use that, to be honest. I tried to use it when I was facehacking the T-34-85, but he was smart and shot my cupola instead. Shooting on the move and not stopping for too long to aim, just taking quick shots at enemies with the gun that is so accurate on the move, like on the Comet, is always a good idea. And always remember to try to save your ID, like I did, but well, I was trying, but I failed. But just trying helps already, and please don't try to capping encounter mode when there's so many enemies close by. It's not a good idea, especially when there's RT in the play. What else? Oh yeah, use your enemies as a cover, like I did to that T-34. Can help sometimes. And I don't know anything else to say about this. Play it as a Comet as a support tank. Don't go in the front line. Don't try to circle an SU-12244. And don't get shot too much unless it's the gun mantle. And you'll do fine with this tank when you use the gun depression and the accuracy on the move to your advantage. And now for the battle results. And here they are. That ended up being a defeat, but I got a Confederate medal out of it and 47k credits and 1356 experience on a defeat, which is quite a lot. Would have been ace tanker definitely. Team score. Well, yeah, you can see that some of the team didn't do anything really. Only the 30 did more damage than me, but he's a tier 8 TD. he should be doing more damage than me. And with that EXP I would be in third on the list on the enemy team. That's always a sign that you did something right. Detailed report: 49 shots, 41 hits, 34 penetrations, and 3719 damage done, which is very much on a with a tank like a Comet with that gun. That does only a little bit over 100, 130, 140, something like that per shot. Hits received 8, which is also quite much in a tier 8 battle anyway. Enemies damaged 11, enemies destroyed 2. So I damaged most of the enemy team, only 4 guys who didn't die shoot, and one of them was artillery. And damage upon detecting 1000. So I did actually do some spotting, it seems, even though I wasn't really trying to do. And base defense points 5. That was from the FCM, I think. Yeah, should be 30k profit. And well, yeah, even if you empty all your clip in a battle and do much more damage than usually you do in your tank, you can't always win the battle. But with a result like that, I can pretty safely say that the Comet can't be a bad tank if I can do this much damage in it in a tier 8 battle. I wasn't even top tier. Well, sorry guys for this very long video. I babbled on too much about the Comet and its differences with the Cromwell and the encounter mode and all that, but I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next video.